What up? What up? Me add the theme music. I know y'all cut that off short. All right, but listen, going live because Detroit Lions just traded for Za'Darius Smith a couple hours ago. I was trying to wait to see if we would go ahead and make another move before I uploaded any type of videos. Uh, don't look like we have yet. It's 109 at the moment. I still expect Brad Holmes to go ahead and do that. But the fact that we went ahead and added a pass rusher, I think everyone expected that to happen. And, it's not shocking news. The player isn't shocking. Everyone expected it to be him. But what was shocking to me or surprising was the price that we paid for him. And it was relatively cheap compared to what I expected us to have to pay for Za'Darius Smith. We gave up a fifth and sixth rounder next year in exchange for Za'Darius Smith and a seventh round pick. Brad Holmes went ahead and chefed that deal up. Uh, Za'Darius Smith is still a good player. I think currently this year he still has 5 sacks. Let me see. Yeah, 5 sacks so far this year, 5.5 the year before, 10 sacks before that. Not much in 2021 with Green Bay. I presume that was due to injury or something. Not looking at it at the moment. I'll be able to dive a little bit deeper in that by the next time we do our next video. We will be doing a state of the Lions after the trade deadline tomorrow. Uh, Hopefully JH can join me for that. Uh, but if not, I'll just do it myself. Uh, but yeah, before that, 12 and a half sacks, 13 and a half sacks. This is a sack producing man in his 10th year in the NFL. So not extremely old or anything of that nature, still productive. Um, I think his contract is still good through next year. Let me get that correct. No, so he's under a 1 year contract. So whether or not he comes back, yeah, okay. Uh, no, apparently that was a contract extension. So looks like he's under contract definitely next year for a 1.5 base salary, and then 2026 is a void year, and he'll be an undrafted free agent if we don't go ahead and extend him ourselves. We may or may not probably look for some more defensive end help in the draft. But great pickup for us. And we all know that we're all in this year to go ahead and win the Super Bowl. We're the number one team in the NFC, bar none. I think we've already established that after beating the Packers this past weekend. I personally think we're the best team in the NFL, but the Chiefs did just go ahead and get D Hop. He had a great game yesterday, uh, like 7 catches off of eight or nine targets, 71 yards, 2 touchdowns, something of that nature, just off the top of my head. Great game for him. I think Tampa Bay played poor defense on him. Antoine Winfield, I don't know. He should have had that interception on that deep route down the seam, but I digress. I don't think he played a very good game yesterday from that safety position. Even in the run game, I thought he was a little slow on his run reads. Didn't crash down fast enough, and they got way too much extra yardage before he came into the play. He made a lot of tackles, but I thought he was a little slow. But back on the Lions, we all hope that Brad goes ahead and make another move in addition, and that's not to diminish the defensive ends that we do have. I think James Houston had a very good game against the Packers. It was a couple times he was close to getting a sack on the quarterback uh, in a game where maybe he got better footing, better grip. Maybe he actually gets home on time. But I saw a graphic earlier today that showed him as having 7 quarterback pressures, which was second on the team. and he hasn't played that many games. I think what's yeah, pressures, not hits. Uh Graphic could have been wrong. Who knows? But it did pop up, and that's just a testament to what my eyes saw from this past weekend of him having a very solid game, being impactful. We know he's not the strongest bull rusher, but it was a couple times he tried to bull rush and did collapse the pocket. So it's not like he was just constantly getting stood up and stonewalled. So I still expect him to improve as the season go on, be a good counterpart to Za'Darius Smith. Josh Pascal didn't play this past weekend. We still got him, even though he also shades inside as well. I think our defensive line is in in good position, but it can always be better. You look at the health of our defensive line. This partly what we want to address tomorrow is like we have a lot of injuries. Uh, One of the things that annoy me most when they mention these other teams or why the Lions aren't. Do you think that one defensive end is enough? No. Uh, um, do I think it's enough, Schimberger? Yes, I do think it's enough, but I still want more. I want the guarantee. Uh, I want us to be all in on this year in particular. You never the NFL is going to look like next year with the rise and fall of some teams. I just saw that the Washington Commanders traded for Marshawn Lattimore, so they're on the rise. Maybe they're the number one seed next year. I completely doubt it. I'm just saying you just don't know. And right now, it looks like it's our time. Unfortunate what happened to Aiden Hutchinson, Marcus Davenport, John Comiskey, but we can't wait on them to get healthy next year and then think that's going to be our year. Like right now, the landscape of the NFL looks like the Lions are the best. We should go all in and seize the moment because you just never know. I think last year was also our year. We should have beat San Fran if we had played uh, Kansas City Chiefs all over the place. Where was I going before I read that question? I get just the state of our defensive line with all the injuries. Uh, Marcus Davenport, John Comiskey, Derek Barnes, who was playing the strong side linebacker role for us. And when we have our